Hello everyone, welcome to the Now Platform Vancouver release features. Just to do a quick intro here, my name is Carson Jones and I'm a solution consultant here at ServiceNow, specifically focusing on our IT asset management solution. And today, I'm going to be focusing on some enhancements to our enterprise asset management solution from our Vancouver release. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get into it here. Just to touch on this briefly, this presentation may contain forward-looking statements that reflect the current beliefs of ServiceNow and are based on the current information available. So these forward-looking statements should not be relied upon in making purchasing decisions. The first feature I'm going to be highlighting today is going to be our new bulk import feature for enterprise asset management. When we were having conversations with customers, it was evident that EAM managers and admins need a better way to simplify their enterprise model when bringing in new assets to the environment. And this new bulk import feature from the Vancouver release allows our customers to take a more strategic approach at importing large amounts of data and simplifying their enterprise model and asset migration. This new feature is going to help asset managers create and update their models when their data is sitting in spreadsheets and really focus on streamlining the transfer of all of your enterprise models and assets from a different database right into your ServiceNow instance. If we think about this from a customer who's just now implementing EAM into their environment, now they're able to seamlessly import all of their existing EAM data right into their ServiceNow instance. Lastly, the new bulk import feature is also going to help facilitate new asset creation and updates for all of your efficient data management, as well as saving time when importing by taking advantage of some of our pre-built models and templates. But with this streamlined process in place, now our customers are able to view import results in seconds and quickly resolve errors if they need to, as the system is going to recognize that off the bat. So now our customers can import large amounts of data into their EAM workspace seamlessly and be more efficient when imports need to be updated. With that being said, I'm going to go ahead and move into the demo to walk through what this looks like from an EAM manager or admin perspective. Now we're in the enterprise asset management workspace, and this is really going to be the control center for everything enterprise asset related. But with today's focus being on our new bulk import feature, I'm going to go ahead and drill into this asset operations widget down here. And once I come in here, we can see this bulk import section down here in the bottom left. And for the sake of the demo today, I'm going to say that my company just recently purchased ServiceNow's EAM solution. And if I'm someone who's going to be responsible for managing our EAM environment, I want to go ahead and get started and import some of that data that we have from our existing system. So as that EAM manager, if I wanted to import some new asset data, I would drill into this All tab here under the bulk import and then go ahead and come up to new here up top. And once I do that, it's going to bring me to this form here, and it's just going to ask me to input some general information around this import. So I'm going to go ahead and type in create model, give it a number, and then I'm going to come over here to the right, and it's going to allow me to select the proper model that I want. And it's going to give me this list of options here, depending on what type of data I'm looking to import. So I'm going to go ahead and click create models here. And then we obviously have that ability to attach the file with all the import data here. But again, as I mentioned, this organization is going to be completely new to ServiceNow's EAM solution. So with that being said, I'm going to come up here to the top to download the proper template for this create model. And one thing I wanted to note here was that all these templates are going to be different dependent upon which model that you choose. So in this case, I did a create model, right? But if I were to choose, say, create assets, that's going to look a little bit different than the one we're about to see here. So I went ahead, downloaded this template on my desktop, and I'm going to slide over here to another screen to kind of display what that would look like from a user perspective. And I've already populated a few fields here just for time's sake. But again, this is just an example of what one of these pre-built template forms would look like and really just showcase some of the fields that are important for a successful import. So with that being said, let's go ahead and jump back into our instance and import this spreadsheet here. So we can see here that the spreadsheet's been imported, and all I'm gonna have to do now is go up here to the top right and click into import here. And that's going to bring me to this form here. And one thing to note here is the status tab here. So Notice how that status was changing as the data was being imported. So it's going from pending to uploaded all the way to completed. So for whomever is actually responsible for importing this type of data, now they get an understanding of when the import is actually completed and when they can move forward. And if we look down here at the bottom of the form under import result, these are all the aggregation results from the import. So for example, we can see that 5 rows have been updated, there's been 1 successful import, and then 4 models ignored as well. And to dig a little bit more into the import results, we can come up here to the model import stagings tab. And from here, we can actually drill into the target record from the import that we made earlier. So if I come over here to this, now I'm in the actual target record itself. And now we can see all of that high level data that's actually been populated here. And again, if we think back to that Excel sheet that we looked at earlier, remember how really only the data that we were inputting was for things like the manufacturer, the name, the model number, etc. And that's all being reflected here. And I never had to manually go in, type any of this out, making that import process really as seamless as it can be. So let's go ahead and jump back to that details tab. And we can see that some of these models here have actually been ignored, or they're in that ignored state as the system went ahead and left some comments for the admin working on this import. So now again, as an admin, now we have an understanding of why this import was ignored and some details on why that particular import was not successful. And now I can start taking the necessary actions and steps to fix whatever errors there might be, and really just have that confidence that this entire import was successful. And again, streamline that process of importing data into our EAM environment. But just to pause here, for someone who's going to be managing your EAM environment, imagine how efficient importing your large amounts of data related to your EAM environment will be using ServiceNow's Enterprise Asset Management Workspace, as well as being able to effortlessly, import this data, making their job that much easier. And in the case where there are errors and some stuff comes up, having the system recognize that off the bat to where they can take the appropriate steps to fix those errors before they go away. So this is going to conclude the high-level overview for the new bulk import feature for the Vancouver release of Enterprise Asset Management. Thank you all for listening, and don't forget to check out other release information on our Vancouver release videos. Thank you.